Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 1 and today we would like to present today's material, and the material is about Introduction and Designing Instructional System. Hello everyone, my name is Ramadhan with last student number 021.
My name is Novarum Rakhda with student number 0601128227023.
Hello everyone, my name is Nyimas Nahiza Hammada and my last student number is 025.
Hello, my name is Rizky Prabu with student ID 0x7.
First, let's talk about instructional design. So, instructional designs refer to the systematic process of creating educational experiences that effectively support learning. It involves planning, organizing, and structuring instructional strategies to ensure learners achieve specific outcomes. The purpose of instructional design is to facilitate learning in a way that is both efficient and engaging, whether in classrooms, training programs, or self-directed learning environments. By focusing on the learner's needs and desired results, instructional design provides a roadmap for educators and trainers to deliver content meaningfully and measurably. Next, instructional design rests on 5 fundamental assumptions. For the first is learner-centered focus. The primary goal is to support individual learning. It does not focus on mass education or societal changes, but targets the unique needs of each learner, whether in group setting or through personalized approaches. And second is separation of immediate and long-range planning. Effective instructional design recognizes the importance of separating day-to-day lesson planning from the broader long-term curriculum development. This approach ensures that educators can focus on daily teaching while relying on comprehensive instructional materials for long-term goals. And third is impact on human development. Systematic design ensures that learning is purposeful and structured, enabling individuals to develop their skills and capabilities fully, rather than leaving learning to chance. And the fourth is systems approach. Instructional design follows a systematic process, starting with analyzing needs and goals and ending with evaluating outcomes. This ensures that every decision is based on evidence and aligns with the overall learning objectives. Fifth, grounding in learning theories. Effective design is rooted in an understanding of how people learn. It takes into account both external conditions, such as teaching methods and materials, and internal conditions like prior knowledge and cognitive processes to create optimal learning environments.
Hello everyone, today we will discuss key principles of instructional design and how they connect to learning. By understanding these principles, we can create teaching methods that truly supports learners. Let's begin. Learning happens when external conditions like what we see and hear work with internal conditions like prior knowledge and memories. For example, to learn about US elections, learners and external facts like dates and internal understanding like knowing what Monday means. Instructional design ensures these elements align for effective learning. Effective learning relies on key principles, which means that stimuli and responses must occur together. For instance, showing and saying letter E simultaneously helps a child learn better. Repetition strengthens memory when practice is meaningful, like applying skills in real-life situations. Lastly, reinforcement connects positive outcomes to learning, like rewarding a child's drawing efforts with something they enjoy. Learning combines external factors like how information is presented and internal factors like what the learner knows. It's not just about memorizing facts, but also building skills like critical thinking and problem solving. Teaching, for example, data analysis, requires more than facts. Learners must also apply and analyze knowledge effectively. Learning is a step-by-step process. It begins with external stimuli, which are processed in short-term memory, encoded into long-term memory, and retrieved when needed. For example, solving a math problem involves recalling formulas, holding numbers temporarily, and combining everything. Executive control organizes this process, ensuring focus and efficiency. Good instruction supports this process by carefully designing activities. It starts by gaining attention, clearly starting objectives, and connecting new material to what learners already know. Lessons should be engaging, guided with examples, and followed by the practice with feedback. Assessment and reinforcement ensure learners understand, retain, and apply the material. Instructional design goes beyond sharing information. It's about aligning how people learn with effective teaching strategies. By applying principles like contiguity, repetition, reinforcement, and targeting both learning conditions and processes, we can help learners succeed.
Hello everyone, today we're discussing the rationale for instructional design and its importance in creating effective learning experiences. So, learning is influenced by two types of condition. The first one is external condition. It is factors like the environments and teaching methods. And the second one is internal condition, means personal factors such as prior knowledge and motivation. Both these conditions affect how well someone learns. Before designing instruction, we need to establish a rationale. What do we want learners to achieve? Why is this important? By understanding learners' needs and educational goals, we can create clear objectives for our instruction. System approach helps us design instruction systematically with attention to the consistency and compatibility of technical knowledge at each point of decision. And kinds of design is different types of information, data, and theories at each stage of planning, and the expected results for each stage are based on the goals set by those in charge of the overall process within this system framework. And we aim to apply what we know about how people learn to instructional design. Alright, the next material is the derivation of an instructional system. It involves a systematic approach to creating effective educational experiences. And the key steps. The first one is identify needs. You have to figure out what kind of instruction is needed. And number two is create a curriculum framework. Turn those goals into a curriculum structure. Each course within the curriculum should have clear objectives. Number three, define learning outcomes. Think about what students should be able to do after learning. Number four, group objectives. Identify specific objectives that support the main goals. Number five, plan instructional sequences. Determine the order in which skills should be taught. Number six, design details units. Break down the units into specific performance objectives. Number seven, plan individual lessons. For each lesson, focus on the performance objectives. Number eight, set up assessment methods. Develop ways to measure what students have learned based on the objectives you set. And the last one, build an instructional system and evaluate. Combine all the lesson plans into a complete instructional system that meets the educational goals, including personalized instruction when needed. This structured approach ensures that instructional systems are thoughtfully designed to meet educational goals effectively. Alright, now let's jump into the topic. It's about designing instructional system. An instructional system is a structured approach to promoting learning found in school, the military, and business. The process involves instructional system design, which is planning, and instructional development, which is implementing those plans. Together, they make up instructional technology, which applies knowledge to improve education. Instructional system can be large scale, like national curriculum project, or smaller, than focusing on individual lessons, regardless of size. Effective instructional design ensures that each part contributes to better learning outcomes. In summary, designing instructional system is essential for creating effective educational experiences.
Number 1. Instructional goals. Identify desired outcomes or what learners should achieve by the end. It is also known as clear goals for both learners and educators. And number 2, we have instructional analysis to break down goals into specific tasks and skills. It is also to ensure each component of learning objective is addressed comprehensively. Next, we have entry behavior and learner's characteristics to assess what learners already know and connect instructions accordingly. And it is also worth to understand our audience for designing relevant and accessible learning materials. Number 4, we have performance objective. It is to define measurable objective or to track down their progress. Number 5, we have criterion references testing. This means to develop assessment aligned with objective. So, the test measures whether the intended learning outcomes have been achieved or not in instructional functions. Number 6, we have instructional strategies. Like the name itself, it is to plan activities and methods to achieve objectives. It also includes interactive lectures, group discussions, or hands-on activities. Number 7, we have instructional materials to create or select resources that support learning. And number 8, we have formative evaluations to define or to test and refine instructional materials during development. The feedback also not works as an indicator on how the things are running, but also as the parameter on layered possibilities in evaluations. And last but not least, number 9, we have summative evaluations to assess the effectiveness of the entire system after the implementations. The evaluations determine whether the instructional goals were met and how the process can be improved for future use. So, in short, the dig and caring model relies on aligning goals, materials, evaluations, and to ensure instructional is effective and learner-centered. Now, let's continue to educational system designs. Educational system designs focuses on a broader framework that supports instructional delivery across institutions. Unlike instructional design, which zoom in on individual learning experiences, system designs addresses the bigger picture. And there are at least 5 case stages. The first one is need analysis. To identify gaps between current and desired state in education, it is also to stage set the foundations by determining what changes or improvements are necessary. Number 2, we have resources and constraint analysis. It is to evaluate available resources and limitation. And yes, of course, it also involves infrastructure, fundings, and human resources to form an educational system design. Number 3, we have curriculum designs. It is to determine the scope, sequences, and delivery methods. A well-structured curriculum aligns with goals of educational systems while accommodating local and institutional needs. And number 4, we have teacher preparations. So we know that teachers are the heart of any educational framework. So we may and to expect for trainers, education to implement new system effectively. And number 5, we have summative evaluations. It is a continuous assessment ensures that the system remains relevant and effective over the time. We'll monitor improved systems through iterative feedback. And one critical aspect of system design is aligning researchers with goals. For examples, introducing a new curriculum requires not only just materials but also a proper teacher's training and adequate infrastructure. Without this alignment, the system may struggle to deliver its intended outcomes. And for the better understanding, we may think of this as a building games where we build a house like in Minecraft, Fortnite, and such. So we first think first, we must build the foundation first, right? And then the walls, roof must all be properly coordinated for the structure to stand.